Coming up in this video, I've got 5 awesome cocktails that you can make at home or in your pubs and bars using Jack Daniel's Honey Whiskey. So if you want the recipes, stay tuned. Hey drinks fans, I am Steve the Barman and I'm hoping these videos help you drink, serve and enjoy your favourite spirits even more. I'm all about drinks inspiration, and this video I am dedicating to Jack Daniel's Honey. This is going to be a five cocktails with video. I haven't done one in a few months and I'm just going to start rocking these out again now. So one video, 5 awesome Jack Daniel's Honey cocktails for you. Jack Daniel's Honey is a little bit of, recently on my channel I've been featuring Cascabel Honey Tequila. Very different products, all right, whiskey and tequila, but very different in the honey stakes as well. This is very much still whiskey at the heart, with a slight hint of honey coming through it. You do get those honey notes, but it's not big and bold and vibrant like the Cascabel Honey Tequila. That is more of a sort of a honey liqueur than anything else. Whereas this is 35% ABV, so technically not an out-and-out whiskey. It is kind of a honey whiskey liqueur, but as I say, it's still got that whiskey at the heart of it. So 5 awesome cocktails for you. The regular viewers amongst you will know there's a few cocktails in here that will need names, so keep track of that, but there are going to be some kind of big well-known whiskey cocktails for you as well. So the first one I'm going to get into is actually a honey julep. Now juleps are pretty much a staple for bourbon whiskey kind of cocktails. Think mojitos without, that's a bit of a rubbish kind of comparison, but think mojitos essentially without the lime and without the soda water to top it up. So virtually identical thing. Traditionally I think they are kind of served up in sort of julep cups, sort of stainless steel kind of julep cups, but I've got a really nice brand new glass there from Drink Stuff, so I'm actually going to make it and serve it up in there. So the first ingredient we're going to need is our mint. So I've just got some fresh mint here out of the garden, and we want about 8 to 10 decent size sort of mint leaves in here. We'll keep that one for the garnish. Where are we going? There we go, that'll do. 6, 7, 8. One for luck. There we go. Oh, drop that one. Right. There we go. So I'm just gonna, now I don't muddle, if you watch my mojito videos, I don't believe in muddling mint because I just think that gets the bitterness out of it. And so you just, for me, you just kind of want to put them in your palm of your hand and give them a spank. That'll awake the aromas, and then how you finish off the cocktail will bring that sort of mint flavour through the drink anyway. So I've got sort of 8, 9 mint leaves in there. I just want some sugar syrup now. So I want 25 ml of sugar syrup, and if you haven't got that sweet tooth, you could dial it down a little bit, especially as this isn't an out and out whiskey, but I think 25 ml does work perfectly. It works perfectly for my palate anyway. So 25 ml of that. Now you could sort of, if you really wanted to, you could sort of just press the mint leaves a little bit, but as I say, I don't really believe in doing too much to them. I think when you spank it, the mint aromas come through the finished drink anyway. So actually I'll leave that in there. The next ingredient I want is just the whiskey, and this is essentially the finished cocktail. So I'm going 50 ml double bubble of honey whiskey. There we go. This is, on the nose, you do get lovely sort of bold honey notes on there. So, as I say, it doesn't come through as much as the Cascabel honey, but that is an out and out sort of honey liqueur, whereas this, as I say, whiskey. Anyway, right, this is crushed ice, this one. And if you haven't lucky enough to get crushed ice, just get some ice in a tea towel, give it a good old pounding with a mallet or something like that. But I've always got crushed ice here. So I'm just going to 2/3 fill the glass with crushed ice. Just bring the mint and the sugar through to the top, and I'm just using that bottom end of the, you can use the spoon if you want, it's not a problem. I'm just using the bottom end, and then just top it up with even more crushed ice, and then just serve it up with another sprig of mint just to wake the aromas by doing that, and then serve it up with a straw. And as always, straw goes beside the mint, so you get the minty aromas going up your nostrils. And that is so easy, so quick and easy to bang out, and so delicious. Now the second cocktail I've got for you is virtually an old fashioned. but it's kind of a vanilla and honey old fashioned, but this is one that's going to need your names and suggestions as well. So get your name suggestions going in the comments below. I'm going to make it in a mixing glass. I'm going to serve it up in this. This is another brand new glass from Drink Stuff. I could go that, I could go, where are we going? I'm going to go that one. From Drink Stuff. So, and this is no shaking involved in this one. It's just sort of pour into your mixing glass and serve. Right, really simple one. This one, just the 4 ingredients. I'm going 50ml double bubble of my JD honey. So that's ingredient number 1. Ingredient number 2, regulars to channel. I said I'm going to keep rocking this out. It just works. It goes so well with so many different things. Honey, vanilla, it's absolutely lovely. So I'm going liquor 43. I'm just going 15ml of that. Kind of a vanilla liqueur, lots of little herbs and spices in there as well. Oh, it's lovely, absolutely lovely. Now, just to bring the vanilla out a little bit more, the sugar element I'm going to this. You could use demerara sugar, brown sugar, normal sugar. I just thought actually keeping the whole vanilla thing going, I'm just going vanilla sugar, and I'm going 15ml of this. There we go. Now, traditionally, old fashions have got bitters in them, so that's virtually it. It's sugar, whiskey. Sometimes you might use the juice of sort of maraschino cherries, something like that in an old fashioned. But the bitters I'm going to use in this, actually, I'm not a huge fan of sort of smoky stuff or oaky stuff, but I did a live stream a couple of weeks ago now, and I actually used these on a live stream. Miss Better's Bitters Smoke and Oak Bitters. And it's just this really weird thing. I just think they just work with that, especially that sort of honey and that vanilla kind of flavours. So I'm going to use this. These are pipette-based bitters. So we need about 1/4 to 1/3 of a pipette, and that's the equivalent of about 2-3 dashes. Right, and now it's just a typical sort of old-fashioned style. So a few ice cubes, give it a stir, add a few more ice cubes. Old fashions are all about the sort of dilution. So I need that spoon. I'm just going to sort of stir it down, add a bit of dilution, melt the ice. Right, I've been stirring that down for about 30 seconds. As I say, get your name suggestions coming in for this one. Kind of smoke, oak, vanilla, honey, JD honey. I'm just going to add a few more cubes of ice, another 3 in there. Basically, for me, what I aim to do is just double the liquid content in there. So essentially we're kind of watering it down, but it just brings that level of dilution, which is perfect for drinking. Right, that's been going for another 30 seconds. Just going to add 3 more ice cubes. Quick finish off. Right, and there we go. So I've been stirring for about 1.5 minutes. Oh, that is absolutely delicious. Really, really tasty. I think that's my way. As I've said in this channel, I'm not a huge one for whiskey, but I think these kind of flavoured ones are my sort of entry level to get into proper whiskies, and through that I'm kind of starting to develop the palate. I still can't handle Scotch. I'm really sorry, Scotch lovers. I really don't like Scotch. Irish, I'm kind of there, but the sort of bourbons I'm kind of getting there a little bit with. Right, to serve this up, fresh ice in my rocks glass. Here we go, and then I'm just going to strain that over there. Perfect. You could top that up with more ice, but then just to garnish, you've seen it on this channel so many times, why break a habit of a lifetime? Dehydrated orange. I think they're just perfect for sort of these cocktails. And I actually am going to use proper maraschino cherries. These are the proper ones, and they are expensive for a reason. They're about £10 a jar, as opposed to the atomic red ones that probably aren't even cherries. So these are absolutely perfect. So we're just going for a cherry just on there. It's just an excuse to have a bit of cherry juice. Oh, so good. And that's it. Serve it with a straw, serve it without a straw, whatever. But that is, for now, a honey and vanilla old fashioned. That is, the liquor 43 comes through, and now the honey comes through. But you do get, even from that tiny amount of bitters, you do get the little bit of smokiness off that. That is really delicious. Right, point in the video where I just need to give a big, huge shout out to my Patreon members. Thank you so much. I'm up to, as of this morning that I'm filming this, literally another one's dropped in, so thank you very much. I'm up to 9 of you now. Your names will be popping up on screen in there, but thank you. If you want to check out my Patreon, go and look. All the stuff will be up there, I think, where it's popping down, all the perks and benefits of my Patreon. I love to give back. I want to teach. I want to help. It's not me just sort of giving me money for these videos. I want to help educate. So that's what my Patreon is all about. Well, then, cocktail number 3, and we're going to get on to shaking some cocktails now. So I'll leave my mixing glass there. I don't need that for a time being. Let's pop that back in there. So it's going to get made in a shaker. We're going to serve it up. Let's find another cool glass. Drink Stuff has sent me loads of new glasses recently. Should we do that for this cocktail? Let's do that for this cocktail. I'm going to serve it up in that. So kind of a nice tall equivalent of one of those highball glasses. Okay, that's what I'm going to serve up for. So this is kind of honey buck, essentially. I think Jim Beam actually made this famous with their Jim Beam honey, but I think it does work with Jack Daniel's honey very, very well. Very simple recipe. So, double bubble of your JD honey, 50 ml. There we go. Now, you could use a couple of wedges of lime here, but I've just got pressed squeezed lime juice, so I'm just going 15 ml of freshly squeezed lime juice, and then I want 50 ml double bubble of pressed apple juice, apple and honey. There is one more ingredient coming after the shake, but 50 ml of this. This is proper pressed apple juice. As I always say, there is absolutely nothing wrong with supermarket brand, but do try to use pressed juices, 100% pure juices, none of this concentrate stuff. It will taste so much better. Right, ice that down and we're going to give it a good shake. It's up to you if you want to give this cocktail a different name, because honey buck is sort of associated with Jim Beam. Feel free, dive into the comments below, give this a name. Right, hard fast shake, 10-12 seconds. Right, there we go. Now for this, oh, it smells lovely. It smells absolutely lovely. I'm just going ginger ale. That's my mixer for this one. And it's up to you, size of the glass. I'm actually just going probably about 50, it's a slightly smaller glass, that one. So I reckon about another 50 ml of ginger ale. And I just pour it into the shaker to save having to stir it if we pour that in there, ice and then top this up. So I just always go straight into the shaker. Just makes my life easier. Fresh ice in my glass. Go, top that up in a second, and then just going to strain this in. There we go, perfect. Perfect. If I'd done 75 ml, that would have been a bit too much. Another ice cube for the top. And then to garnish this, let's just go another sprig of mint. Honey, mint, ginger. That's a bit of a crazy one. There we go. Let's just pop that in there. And that is what we're going to call it. Names, comment suggestions below. Just had the bin men turn up, so gave me a little chance to wash up. Right, what does this taste like? Oh, simple, refreshing. The apple, subtle honey coming through. Some of you might just want a little touch of sugar in there. Me personally, I don't, but I get some of you might. But that is just perfect. Love that. Right, let's reposition that. Cocktail number 4. This is one of my creations. Haven't got a name for this one, so we're definitely going to you're going to help me name this one. I am going to serve it up in this one. I'm rocking out all these new glasses from Drink Stuff. Don't know what to go for. That'll do. Or that one. What do we reckon? I reckon, let's go that one. 5 ingredients in this one, but again, quite easy to make. 50 ml double bubble of your JD honey. So that's that. The second ingredient, I'm going to some of my purees now. This one, So if you're just tuning in for the very first time, this is a brand that I like to use a lot, ODK. They're essentially long life, shelf stable purees. Even once opened, they will keep for months and months and months. Yes, they have got quite a bit of sugar content in there, but it'll be no difference using fresh purees and sort of muddling down with or shaking with extra sugar. So I love using these, and I'm just going 25ml of peach puree. Proper vibrant in flavour as well. Love that. Then I just need some lemon juice. Let's just pop that away. And I'm going 15ml of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Perfect. And now I'm just going for some bitters. There's one more ingredient coming after the shake. Very different, quirky mixer, this one. But the bitters I'm going for this are Miss Betty's Bitters Mount Fuji bitters, and these are quite crazy, these ones. I'll just read out. It's white peach, chrysanthemum, burdock and yuzu, and they just kind of bring that little bit of subtle sort of, ooh, what's that? That little bit of zing into this cocktail, and I really, really like that. So pipette based bitters, again, I'm just going about 1/3 of a pipette there. Pop in the smells, the aromas. Again, it's the peach and burdock, because I love sort of that. I grew up on dandelion and burdock, so I really kind of pick out the burdock in there. Oh, they are really, really good bitters. Fast becoming some of my favourites then. Right, ice that down and shake. There we go. Right, don't forget, I need name suggestions, so dive into the comments. Name this one. Right, there we go. Oh, shaking down. Oh, lovely smells, peachy freshness. Right, the mixer, I'm going for this. This is a crazy addition, but for me, and it works very, very well. Double Dutch's, cranberry and ginger. The flavours, cranberry, peach, honey. Does work very, very well. I think these are kind of available around the world now. I'm not kind of, I lost track. They're a Dutch brand, obviously, but I think they're out there a little bit now. Right, for this, I'm going to go 75ml for this. 25. There's more peach in there, so I'm just going to wash it out. 50. There we go, 75. So pop that in there. I'll leave that there so you can have a little look at that. And then just go, oh, fresh ice in my glass. And I'm just going to strain this in there. Perfect. A little bit for the bar mat because that was thirsty. I'm going to top it up with crushed ice. And then, I just think, you know, it's an easy garnish. I just think mint works very well for the whole honey thing, especially with peach as well. That's a nice sprig of mint. So there we go. It's also green and orange in colour. Right, what does this taste like? Let's have a little straw. Oh, looking forward to your name suggestions on this one. I think this could be a regular. Peach with that. Oh, banging, absolutely banging that is. The final cocktail I'm going to do for you is kind of a sour. That's why I was saving this one. I knew I was going to use that in one cocktail. It's kind of a blackberry, honey blackberry sour, but again, this one definitely needs a name. So we're going to make it and shake it. Let's get a fresh measure. 50ml double bubble of JD honey, and then so typical sort of sour ingredients. This one, I'm going 25ml of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Should have done this the other way around. Fail. Never mind. Blackberry puree. I'm using back to these brands. These brands, they have so many different flavours. Perfect for this. Blackberry puree. So I'm going 20ml of a blackberry puree. Perfect. perfect. That'll have to sit there. I'll have to clean that out with my finger after the video. Oh, shame. You can have these on toast. I say it all the time. You can have them on toast. Right, and then 2 more ingredients coming for this. Both of them are bitters. So the first one we are going for, where's it gone? I have lost it. I've lost it. There we go. Black pepper. Miss Betty's bitters, black pepper and cardamom bitters. Amazing. The black pepper, just on that sort of the honey and the blackberry, I think works a treat in this. So again, these are pipettes. So about 1/3 of a pipette going in there, and it'd be equivalent to a couple of dashes. And then as it's a sour, again, I use this ingredient all the time. I don't use egg whites in my cocktails because when I am doing events, there's so many vegans out there these days that don't want egg whites. Again, when I do hen parties and don't want egg whites in the drinks. So I haven't used egg whites in my cocktails now for a good few years. This is my substitute. You could use aquafaba, chickpea juice essentially, but this is just brilliant. Long life, shelf stable, about 20 quid, the equivalent of 160 egg whites. Must have ingredient because it just adds to your cocktail, creates that foam, because we use egg whites essentially for the foam in cocktails. Right, about 1/3 to 1/4 of a pipette. And I always say this, I always say that you don't need to dry shake, but I have got into a habit of dry shaking because it does actually add a bit more froth to it, but you don't need to dry shake. So I'm just going to dry shake just to combine that. 5 seconds, we'll get the froth going. There you go, you can see that's all foamed up in there now. Right, and then I'm just going to fill it up with ice. And I'll fill my glass up with ice while I'm here. Go, right. And then we are gonna shake this down for a good 12 seconds. Don't forget, definitely need your names for this one, all right? Right. Blackberries, tasty, tasty. Right, single strain. Right, there we go. And then to garnish, I've got them in my freezer. I've just got a frozen blackberry. Just going to do a tiny bit of crushed ice on top there. Frozen blackberry, you could do a mint sprig as well if you wanted to. And there we go. Delicious. That puree does give you enough sugar, but if you want a bit more sugar, feel free. But there we go. It's my 5 cocktails. Let me know which is your favourite in the comments below. That is Jack Daniel's Honey. Cheers.